Safe by Accident, Taking the Luck Out of Safety. In this video, author Dr. Judy Agnew and Dr. Aubrey Daniels talk about what might seem like logical ways to encourage a safer environment. Incentives based on lack of incidents. So why would that be an issue?
The reason that incentives based on lack of accidents are a problem is there are three possible ways for people to earn those incentives. The first one, and the one that we hope happens, is that people do all the right things. They engage in safe behaviors, they report at-risk conditions, and they earn the incentive. The second thing they can do is actually engage in some safe behavior and some at-risk behavior, but they're lucky. They just don't happen to have an accident for that period of time, and they earn the incentive. The third way is by covering up accidents. So they actually have an accident, but they don't report it. They have near misses, but they don't report it, and they earn the incentive. They're very problematic because what most hourly folks will tell you is that they do tend to suppress reporting. They simply won't report in order to get the incentives.
There's one that just drives me nuts. It's called safety bingo. And that is every day that you don't have an act, that the plant doesn't have an accident or an incident, you get to draw a letter for bingo or a number for bingo. And so you don't have an incident, you draw B12, and then you keep those, and then the first one that gets bingo wins some dollars. Well, the fact of the matter is you could be very unsafe that day and not have had an accident. You have done a lot of things that you shouldn't have done that didn't produce an accident, but you still get the bingo. And you might be the one to win the prize. You might be the most unsafe person in the crew, and you pull the number that caused you to win. Now, how's that productive?
Why would incentives cause employees to be less honest? Turns out it's a common side effect of managing by incentive.
Sometimes people wonder, why would a normally honest person not report an accident? And I can describe this best with a recent example. I was at a client site, very progressive company in terms of safety, a really good hourly workforce, well educated, wanted to do the right thing. They had had a series of accidents, and if they had one more accident, the whole company was going to lose out on an incentive that was worth several $1,000s for each individual. Now, those are honest, good, hardworking people, but as one of them said to me, how would you like to be the person who has the next accident? You know, as honest as you may be, you simply don't want to ruin it for everybody else, and that's often what drives the underreporting. Not that I want to get the incentive money for me, but I don't want to ruin it for other people.
And there is a final drawback of using incentives to promote a culture of safety. Incentives don't look forward.
Yeah, incentives are by definition always going to be delayed. So we have to go a period of time without an accident. Very often it's as long as a year. It could be as long as a month. The problem with that kind of delay is what we know about human behavior is the best consequences are those that are immediate and certain, that are close in time and quite probable in terms of the behavior that occurs. Incentives are in the future and they're uncertain. It's not for sure that if I behave safely today, I'm actually going to earn an incentive at some point in the future.
You know, it's not that we're against incentives, but they're very difficult to use effectively because they have to be focused on safe behavior. That's what triggers the incentive, is actually doing things in a safe way. And as long as you can do it that way, then it's probably okay. Otherwise, it's not.
Safe by Accident, Taking the Luck Out of Safety. For more from Dr. Judy Agnew and Aubrey Daniels, and to purchase the book Safe by Accident, visit the website safebyaccident.com.